So today we're making honeycomb pasta, something I've made a few times before. If you're not a fan of holy looking things, I'm giving you a trigger warning now. So I've seen people make this several different ways. I am going to do something very simple. I'm just gonna make a bechamel and then add cheese to it, otherwise known as a mornay. So I've got some butter here. And what we're doing here is making a roux. That is the base of a bechamel sauce. It's what thickens it. Shane and I just got back from Greece. Not just, it's been a few weeks now. And we were doing IVF over there. I'm sure you guys know if you've watched some of my recent videos. And now we are back. All right, so now that the butter is fully melted, we are gonna add in our flour. I'm doing equal parts butter and flour here. We're just gonna whisk this together. You wanna make sure that all of the lumps of flour are gone. We also wanna cook this for a minute or two, just to cook out that raw flour taste. Okay, now I have a lot of milk here. This is whole milk that I've actually supplemented a little evaporated milk in here just to get 8 cups. We're just gonna carefully, if you heat this up ahead of time, it thickens up like much faster. So this is gonna take me a little while because it's not warm at all. The season salt pretty generously. It's a lot of liquid. Really hoping everything fits in here. All right, so we're gonna TV time this, and I'll be back once this comes to a nice, not boil, but nice steamy, almost simmer situation. Started to feel some resistance, so we are gonna be adding some collagen now because I add that to everything. So we've got a cup. Whole cup. It's looking lovely and silky. It's not too thick of a bechamel. You can certainly make a thicker one. Since we're adding all of this cheese in a moment, and some egg yolks actually, for good measure, we are not needing to go too overboard with the butter and flour here. A nice way to just like check to see if you're where you need to be is the spoon test. So just stick a spoon or a spatula in and run your finger down the center. If that line just stays there, creamy, then you're good to go. And we are. All right, so before I add any more salt, I'm gonna add the cheese. I got a lot of cheese. We got 12 ounces of sharp cheddar, 12 ounces of Gruyere. I love Gruyere because it's sharp like cheddar, but it also has this like nice salty nuttiness, kind of like Parmesan. It's like slightly sweet, a little tangy. I love Gruyere, and it's high in protein, higher in protein than cheddar. Look at how thick that is. It's looking lovely. All right, so a few more things. First, I want to taste for seasoning, specifically salt. Salt is the most important seasoning, guys. You can add whatever other seasonings you'd like, but salt brings out the best in every other flavor. And if you don't have enough salt, none of the other flavors are gonna be at their best. Tasty. Still needs some more salt. I love adding cayenne, a little bit of heat in the back, as much as you like. And I have some whole nutmeg here. I always buy whole nutmeg. It smells incredible. It just does something to cream sauces. Freshly grating it always tastes better. I don't know the price difference, but I feel like this also lasts longer, so it's just a win-win-win. A little bit goes a long way, but I also just really love nutmeg, so let's Such a warm, comforting, joyous spice. It's looking delicious. So normally for tang, I like to just use the tangy cheese. Like goat cheese is my favorite to use, which I do have, but I kind of want to see how mustard will do in here. I've just got some Dijon mustard. Just a wee bit. And mustard, a little bit goes a long way. I've got a few egg yolks. I'm just gonna kind of throw them in and whisk immediately. If you're really worried about it, you could add some of the cheese sauce in and temper them, but we're just going in. So what the egg yolks are gonna help do is when we put this whole dish together, the honeycomb setup, it'll hopefully set the cheese within the noodles so that it doesn't like run out completely. It ends up being kind of custardy within each noodle. I think we're ready to boil some noodles. I got a pot of water going back there. So I'm gonna boil the noodles, then I'll be right back here so that we can put this honeycomb pasta together. All right, so we've got 2 pounds of rigatoni over here. I'm gonna just drizzle on some olive oil, just a little bit, just to keep the noodles from sticking. Put a nice light coating on those. Tossing will help kind of bring the temperature down too, so that the steam doesn't continue to cook the noodles. I went ahead and undercooked the noodles anyways by a couple of minutes or so on the al dente time. Some of the noodles are still kind of doing things, but in general, it looks pretty good. So I've got something that I'm gonna try here, but first we are going to start with a layer of our sauce. And just nice layer. Okay, so, gosh, I really hope that I'm gonna be able to stick this little guy inside of each one of those noodles, because that's my plan. Otherwise, it's going in a plastic bag, pastry bag style, just like makeshift pastry bag. Also hoping that 2 pounds is gonna be enough for here. Otherwise, we might need to call an audible and bring out the 9-incher. So we're just standing all these noodles up. It's a little time consuming, but if you have a fellow and a friend, might not take as long. You could also use a wider noodle. Just keep in mind that you will need to fill those noodles with sauce. So you might need to make more sauce depending on how wide the opening is in your noodle. I thought, you know, this is mac and cheese and we're just putting cheese sauce inside, so I didn't want the opening of these noodles to be too wide. All right, I am feeling good about this. We are more than halfway done. Shield your eyes, trypophobia people. I think that's what it's called. Honestly, I'm one of those people. I'm one of those people. Not with this, weirdly enough, but some things, too much. This was a success. We have a little bit more than we need noodle-wise, so far so good. I think that was pretty good. What? Now's the time. We're gonna find out how effective this method is, because this could take a while. Again, you could always use a pastry bag, just like a big Ziploc bag that you cut a tiny little snip off the tip. What? This is gonna take a little while. We had way more than we needed. I'll write in the description or link on my website, wherever, how much you'll need for this size and the 9-inch size based on my measurements. do, especially since I have extra, I'm gonna just kind of put some of this sauce in between the noodles too, now that they're all individually filled, because I like a saucy mac and cheese. It's just who I am. If you don't, then, you know, don't do that. I figure the more, the merrier. And this worked great, by the way. A pastry bag definitely would have been faster because you wouldn't have to keep reloading it, but I don't have like a non-plastic option, and the sauce is hot, and I don't really enjoy, you know, I know this is silicone, like we're not safe. Nothing is safe. I like to at least try to limit my plastic consumption if I can. So this is going into the oven now just to heat up and hopefully get nice and brown on the top. So I'm gonna throw it in at 350 for around 20-25 minutes or so. Might pop the broiler on at the end just to encourage the browning on the top. All right, in she goes. Oh, good. Big girls, you are beautiful. Oh my gosh, it looks so good. All right, we're doing this. Oh my gosh, that looks so cool. I'm not gonna lie, some of the back came off. It came off. I think that in the areas where I put more sauce in between the noodles, they stuck together more. I will also say, I think I kept it in the oven just a tad bit too long. 25 minutes, I think was the perfect amount at 350, but I kept it in for 30 minutes and then attempted to broil it on top after, but it was doing something weird. So 25 minutes, 350, and you're golden. And I think it actually looks really good. All right, I think it's time to eat. Oh boy. That's not bad. This ruthless tall boy of flavored sparkling water has a twisted plan to use natural agave and exploding bubbles to murder your thirst and recycle your soul. I thought I was gonna say something about fall and apples or something. It's still really good though. 20 calories, 4 grams of sugar, sweetened with agave nectar, and it has stevia in it. Delicious. Okay guys, I'm real excited. I'm not gonna lie, I was snacking on the extra sauce and noodles while I was waiting for this to bake in the oven. I'm gonna just go right in from here. Oh yeah. Nice and saucy in the middle. Filling each individual noodle is totally the way to go. Absolutely. The sauce is really, really good. Very much digging it. Super cheesy, but I really taste the nutmeg. That little bit of mustard really made a huge difference. Just added that nice tang. You got that slight little heat from the cayenne in the back. I really thought I ever did it, but we're good. This is a fantastic way to eat this, just like using the prongs. Every single noodle I want to get more than 2 noodles though. So my other favorite way to do this, and I'll link the video for you guys, is Greek lasagna style pasticcio. We do a bolognese. You fill, I use pecari, so it's a much wider noodle. You fill half of the noodles up, or all of the noodles halfway up with the bolognese. And then you make just a basic bechamel, so the same sauce without any cheese, and you fill it up the rest of the way. It is divine. Oh, and this is such a saucy one. Oh, excuse me. I'm so excited to be done today so I can watch Perfect Couple on Netflix. I just started watching it and I love a mystery. It's like the game Clue, but in a Netflix drama series. Who done it? I just finished watching the Menendez brothers drama docu-series, and now I'm waiting for the actual like documentary style one with the real brothers to come out. Dude, that's wild. If that stuff really happened to those brothers, like, this is so satisfying. Even not super hot, I feel like you can taste more of the flavor of things when things are more room temperature, when they're not too hot. On the other hand, I love piping hot food. Like I love it. It's so comforting. But in this instance, I'm like really okay with it being warm. It tastes like you're biting into an apple. Seriously, like sprinkled with cinnamon. It's delicious. Limited edition. This is not a promo. It says it on the can. See, you completely failed because you didn't believe me. All right. I feel like I need to slow down here. Pull yourself together. Oh, it's so good. So refreshing. Psycho Cider. I just love the name. All right, I'm gonna have a few more bites. Willpower has just gone out the window lately. Okay, one more. So good. So good. I'm afraid to turn this, but Alright guys, thank you so much for joining today. This was so delicious. I will include the link for the recipe in the description of the video so you guys can make yourselves at home. And I hope you do, because again, it is just so good. If you enjoyed this video, make sure you hit that subscribe button, like that video, comment what your favorite thing about it was. I don't know. And I will see you guys next time.